everybody out there, coming to you live from 93.3 in Jacksonville, Florida. We're Limp Bizkit, check it out. I've been around the world and then some. Dumb diddy dumb kid, where you coming from? I went from the garage to stepping on these stages. Outrageous rhymes left my mind and soon became contagious. An MC with bad habits, I see a mic and I grab it. So scary, ain't it? I'm coming raw with no corrections, saving all perfections for what I do with my erections. So dream on and dream until your dream comes true. Reality check, kid, that's fire on the deck, kid. Wired to your car, no matter where you are. You lip sync these jams cause you're far from a superstar. And if you're lonely, ho, I ain't the one that gives a damn, ho. I like it so low, no need to brag about the hiney, cause I'm on the DL, and bitches still find me. And since I got a record on the billboard, you bitch talking bands with demos in your hands, always up my ass asking me if I'ma sign them. But you don't flow, it don't flow. I catch a buzz with the Dom Perignon. When Jerry Springer's on, no need to carry on. What's with all the frustration? Need a demonstration, punk? And check the variation. I might need to be dazed when I taste your lyrical waste, punk, because your lyrical styles are lyrical what? I make hysterical piles of all your lyrical sluts. I'm doing time on the Rockline. I'm doing time on the Rockline. I'm doing time on the Rockline. I'm doing time. Mishmash up in the brain, I'm on my cycle like I'm highways, my ways. They're up and down like the Dow Jones. I bust these microphones, don't exaggerate. I keep it real and only speak about this shit I hate. Don't hate your people, just the tudes, the attitudes, lose the attitude. And I won't be freaking mad at you. But if you're biting, don't be frightened, kid. I'm sorta liking what you're stealing. Your open wound style needed some healing. You're tripped out by my flow, I'm glad you know. Behind this spark, I got the fattest freaking live show. You feel the tension, the eyeballs in your socket. Can't comprehend how I rock it, you can't stop it. You like the way that I live it, you need it. Your demo tape, punk, I inspect it, then eject it. Who survives at the end of the day? With too much airplay, huh? I'm gonna keep it all underground. I'm doing rhyme on the timeline. I'm doing time on the Rockline. I'm doing rhyme on the timeline. I'm doing time on the Rockline. Hey man, wake up and smell the concrete. Strange to see you change like the fat beat. Could be identity crisis, but I can't buy this. Reality bites, but that's what life is. Better for you, your hideous behavior. Hate what God gave you, thinking all the flavor. Artificial mind, seeking out the nutrients, getting where you fit in. Quit thinking like a has-been, digging in my culture. Let me let you punks know I'm an old school soldier with a funk flow. A damn shame you gotta change yourself because you're sick of yourself. Well, I'm sick of you too. Doing time on the Rockline. Giving a shout out right here, everybody out there in the world listening to the Rockline. This goes out to you. I'd like to give a shout out to Interscope. Give a big shout out to Jordan Shore. Got a big shout out to 311. And a big shout out to Korn. I got a big shout out to the Deftones. I got a big shout out to Primus. And a big shout out to the Firm. And a big shout out to Seven Dust. And a big shout out to Powerman 5000. And a big shout out to Cole. And a big shout out to Soulfly. And a big shout out to Ross Robinson. And a big shout out to Orgy. And a big shout out to Jimmy Barnes. And a big shout out to Richie. And a big shout out to Nick. And a big shout out to Yeti. And a big shout out to Bruce. And a big shout out to Junior. And a big shout out to Adidas. And a big shout out to Tribal Gear. And a big shout out to Tone Loc, yeah. And a big shout out to Ibanez. And a big shout out to Indigo Ranch. And a big shout out to Orange County Percussion. A big shout out to Bob at the Rockline. Big shout out to Bob at the Rockline. Big shout out to Bob at the Rockline. At the Rockline. You got it live, straight from Jacksonville. Limp Bizkit on the mic, punk.
Limp Bizkit doing time on the Rockline. You can shout out to me anytime, you guys.